Steven Spielberg is widely regarded as one of the greatest filmmakers in history. With iconic films such as Jaws, E.T., Jurassic Park, and Schindler's List, he not only helped define the modern blockbuster but also earned critical acclaim for some of cinema's most powerful dramas. Yet one detail about his career often goes unnoticed. Over the course of more than 5 decades and over 30 feature films, Spielberg has repeatedly chosen to work with the same small group of actors. These are the performers he trusted with his most demanding scenes, returned to time and again, and has openly admitted left a lasting impact on his life. The stories behind those relationships are far more surprising, heartfelt, and entertaining than most people realize. The first name that immediately comes to mind is Harrison Ford. Spielberg directed Ford as Indiana Jones in 4 separate films spanning nearly 3 decades, beginning with Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981 and ending with Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in 2008. That collaboration alone made Ford one of the most significant actors in Spielberg's career. Their partnership is best illustrated by one of the most memorable scenes in movie history, a moment that happened almost by chance. During the filming of Raiders of the Lost Ark in Tunisia, the cast and crew were battling extreme heat, with temperatures soaring well above 100 degrees. Many crew members became seriously ill with dysentery after consuming contaminated food and water, and Harrison Ford was among the hardest hit. Spielberg, on the other hand, managed to avoid illness by bringing his own food from England. Ford later joked that Spielberg was so cautious he practically sealed himself off from germs, even traveling with canned food to avoid taking risks. At the time, the production was scheduled to film an elaborate action sequence in which Indiana Jones would engage in a lengthy, carefully choreographed whip versus sword duel against an expert swordsman. The sequence was expected to take several days to complete. However, Ford was so sick that simply standing for long periods had become difficult, and he could not remain far from his trailer. Faced with the situation, he approached Spielberg with a simple suggestion. Instead of fighting, why not have Indy pull out his revolver and shoot the swordsman immediately? To Ford's surprise, Spielberg had been considering exactly the same solution. They quickly agreed to change the scene. Instead of an extended duel, Indiana Jones calmly watches the swordsman perform an elaborate display, sighs in exhaustion, pulls out his pistol, and shoots him without hesitation. The audience loved the unexpected twist. It became one of the funniest and most unforgettable moments in the film, remaining one of the most quoted scenes in adventure movie history more than 40 years later. That moment perfectly captured the relationship between Spielberg and Ford. They trusted each other's instincts completely. Spielberg valued Ford's judgment so highly that years later, he even hoped to cast him as the lead in Jurassic Park. Although Ford declined the role, Spielberg later admitted he was deeply disappointed because he believed Ford brought an unmatched sense of heroism to every character he played. The moment Harrison Ford appeared on screen, audiences instinctively believed they were watching someone capable of extraordinary things.